Thank you, hipsters. This video is all about translating equations, but we're also going to add a new thing, and you'll see when I teach it. Okay. I bet I can make you smile. Ready, set, go. I just saw this picture and thought it was really fun. All right. I want to talk about words or phrases that end in than. And I just want to reiterate, I know I talked about it in class today, that whenever you have two numbers like 5 and 6n, in between those, so like 5 more than 6 times a number, it would actually cause this to be written as 6n plus 5. For this one, if it was 4 greater than 3n, it would be written as 3n plus 4. This works for anything that ends or is sandwiched in between a than. So you can think of anytime you see the word than, it just means to switch places. And I don't know, it's just written like that. So more than, switch, greater than, less than, small than, thinner than, thicker than, and blah, blah, blah then. All right? So let's practice. 6 more than 4 times a number decreased by 7. I noticed that my more than is right there, so I can rewrite this. I see 6 and I see 4 times a number, which is 4n. Decrease means to go down by 7. So if I was writing this, it would be 4n plus 6 decreased by 7. Notice that the 7 wasn't phased by the more than. It's just the one that's on before and after. It's almost like a than sandwich, so it just switches breads. Okay. The next one, 5 less than. Okay, I see less than 3 times a number, so that's 3 variable n increased by 4. So I would write this as 3n switched with 5 increased by 4. Right? I want you to do C, D, E, and F all by yourself. For letter C, go. For letter D, go. For letter E, go. For letter F, go. I want to talk about the word equality. And so we would say that these, I know not in reality, these have equal heights. So they are, this is an equality, even though it's not realistic. They're the same height. The moment that one of them is different from the other, we would call that an inequality. So a lot of the stacked mice are higher than the giraffe. So this would be an inequality. An example of an equality would be 5x equals 3x plus 8, where 5x is the same weight as 3x plus 8. An inequality would be this, where 2x is heavier than 5x plus 4. And we would say that 2x is greater than 5x plus 4, or we can say that 5x plus 4 is lighter or is less than 2x. Another example, we can say 2x is less than, because it doesn't weigh as much, than 5x plus 4. Or we can say as 5x plus 4 is greater than, because it's heavier than 2x. So these are examples of inequalities. So when the equation is not balanced, we could say that it's an inequality. In elementary school, you were taught that the alligator chomps the bigger number. And that's a great way to think about which side is bigger. So if I had like 5x over here and 3x plus 2, I could say that 5x is smaller than 3x plus 2, and I could say 3x plus 2 is larger than 5x, knowing that the alligator chomps the larger number. Likewise, I can put 5x right here and 3x plus 2 here, and it would change the whole story. See, now 5x is greater than 3x plus 2, and 3x plus 2 is smaller than 5x. So notice, it really depends on which way the alligator is chomping. I do want you to learn the other way, the high school way to remember these. So this is the less than symbol. So when someone talks about less than symbol, they're talking about this. And obviously, the opposite of that is the greater than one. A way to remember this is the one that has the L, the one that looks like an L, can spell the word less. So if you turn your head sideways a little bit, you'll notice that this spells less. I don't know any other way to remember greater than. Just remember that the one that doesn't look like an L is greater, okay? So which two statements can be written about this statement, this inequality? Well, we could say that, the alligator's chomping the M, so that means the M is bigger. We could say that M is greater than L. Or we can say that L is smaller than M. How about you try one by yourself? Which two statements can you write about P, that inequality symbol, and U? All right, go. All right, let's take a stab at some harder stuff. 40 increased by 2 times a number is greater than 5 more than 8 times a number. All right, I already hear language of an inequality because I hear the word greater than. So I'm going to start off with, I look at my hands, greater than. The one that doesn't look like an L is my greater than symbol. So I'm going to draw that symbol, greater than. So 40 increased by 2 times a number. 40 increased by 2 times a number is greater than 5 more. Oh, I see the more than, so I have to be very careful. 8 times a number plus 5. I have to make sure that I switch those because of the than. All right, one more. 11 decreased by 6 times a number is less than 7, less than 4 times a number. All right, I hear that this has a less than. Less than is written like this. Because of my hand, I look at the L. Okay, I want you to finish this one for me. All right, now I want you to do I all by yourself. Careful. All right, there's going to be 1 example problems and 3 on your own. So Massage Envy charges $60 when you show up and $5 for every minute after an hour. Massage Heights charges $50 when you show up and $7 for every minute after an hour. So it sounds like there's 2 companies. There's the Massage Envy and there's the Massage Heights. Which inequality, okay, so they're not equal, shows Massage Heights being greater than Massage Envy? So whatever is happening, I need Massage Height to be greater, okay, this symbol, than, let's see, Massage Envy. I do also want you to know that ME can be written like this as well. Remember, Massage Heights, the alligator is always chomping at the larger one, so it's chomping at Massage Heights. All right, so now that I understand that, let's see if we can write it. Charges $60 when you show up. The variable looks like it's M for minutes. And I noticed that 60 doesn't depend on minutes. I just show up and I have to pay $60 no matter what. So that sounds like a constant, okay? When you show up and $5 for every minute. Okay, so if $5 depends on how many minutes, that sounds like it's a coefficient. So if I was writing this, I would say 60 plus 5 M. I'm going to look at my answer choices to eliminate. It looks like I can get rid of B, and it looks like I can get rid of D. So it looks like they're both the same except the symbol in the middle. So I have to pick which ones it's talking about. It says that Massage Heights needs to be greater. So this one needs to be the biggest. Which means whatever, this has to be the biggest. And the alligator has to chomp the biggest one. So if this was big, the alligators, in letter C, the alligator's chomping the smaller one when it should be chomping the bigger one. So we know that A is the correct answer. All right, you try these ones all by yourself. On your marks, get set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, have a good night.